Hello guys, and welcome to another one of my Clash Royale videos. Today I'm going to be sharing a bit of Clash Royale news, namely soon to come update, release, global launch, which is like super exciting, I think, because a lot of you guys are unable to play the game, and that's like a massive bummer. But besides loads of balance changes and stuff like that, what we are looking at is a global launch in March 2016. So that is gonna be really amazing. I think so anyway. So what do I have besides that today? Well, to be honest guys, this time around I decided to do a bit of a summary, and that is because I've been gaming so much, my computers have been busy. I reached 1100 trophies a while ago, meaning that I have moved on to another tier in the game, and I'm just starting out by showing some random Arena 3 loot here and some Arena 4 loot. And that is because if you save up your free chests and your crown chests and the stuff that you can like get for free on a timer basis, and you claim them when you have a higher rank, even if you earned them or saved them up at a lower rank, you're gonna get the goodies. So I just like felt that was kind of worth showing to you guys. I joined a clan called Danish Bros, just because it gives you 100 diamonds to do so, and while in here I am exchanging cards with other players. This is not a clan that I have any specific relation to. I'm just really here to get the free gems and have a bit of a chit chat with different kind of people. A lot of you guys have been posting your clans and stuff like that, and I may want to join one of those, but right now I just casually joined one. So this here is crazy pants time. I've been having a lot of different strategies, trying out a lot of different units in the game, because I've been getting many new things to fool around with. I had the witch and she just didn't really work out for me. What I'm up against here is like a massive attack by these barbarians, and what I figured out works really nice against those is having a bomb skeleton, because it just deals area damage to them, so you can safely lure them towards your crown tower and then use your area damage to pretty much take them out. The goblin hut is one of my absolute favorite cards in the game. And like this skeleton army thing here, it just gets a bomb and then it's pretty much a done deal. Flooding the game by using the goblin hut, barbarian hut, tombstone, stuff like that. The witch, for instance, is probably the most used strategy I've seen in the game. That's the word I'm gonna go with. And it's because it's crazy efficient to be able to just flood your opponent. The counter for it is the big skeleton and the dragon. Unfortunately, I still don't have a dragon, which is really annoying, because the most efficient strategy in this game, based on the games I've had, is sending a balloon and a dragon towards your opponent, or a balloon and a giant, or a giant and a dragon, because it just kills stuff. It's like you have no real way to counter it, unless at least you have better cards than I have. It could be freezing cards, stuff like that, but I don't have that stuff yet. So the way I normally play the game with the goblin hut is I try to either flood, so here we have the barbarians coming again, putting down a bomber, putting something like a wall in front of them, and then everything's gonna be all nice. So my opponent really saved up for this massive attack towards my tower. The main like annoying thing there is, yeah, the flying dudes. They are super annoying because I don't have any air damage. Air damage is where I really fail. So my opponent really like turned things around here at the end of the battle, getting 2 of my crown towers like pretty much away, but neglecting the defenses, meaning that my bombs and my giants pretty much just take out the central tower, giving me a 3 crown win, and that's like really cool. So that was a bomber. Bye Billy. The thing that annoys me the most in this game still is that you can't delete chests. I don't want my Arena 3 chests anymore, but I kinda just have them and I need to get rid of them. So the only way to do that is to open them. And I've been ranking up and ranking down, I don't know, like 100 times in this, going between Arena 3 and Arena 4. And you really want to make sure that you have your chest area filled when you rank down, so you don't fill it with rank 3 chests, so that when you go up to rank 4 again, you can fill your chest bar with these higher tier chests that give you better cards. So even though you want to unlock all of your chests, it may be a good idea to not open them all, because just open one, get a new one from tier 4 if that's where you are, to tier 3, check out if you're gonna be winning or losing the next battle, so you kinda use a bit of strategy on your chests, making sure that you only have spots enough to fill to benefit from whatever best battle you're at. The barrel with goblins is another one of the epic cards that I don't have, and it's just so amazing because 3 really nasty goblins get tossed anywhere where you want on the map, and they go for the tower, and that is the important thing. All other units besides the Hog Rider and the Giant go for units first. But if you have a very damaged crown tower, you can actually send this barrel there, and it's just gonna deal some amount of damage before the opponent can counter it, meaning that it's as good, if not better, than sending a fireball or lightning bolt or some other kind of targeted attack. So it's another one of those cards I would really like to have it. It's completely broken when I play against it. It doesn't mean that it is broken. I haven't tried to fool around with it myself, so here we have it again. 393, I'm flooding the area around my tower, but I still cannot get the damage out before my opponent takes me out. Luckily, I've been saving up for a situation just like that. Have my knight and a bomb, several goblins going towards my opponent's tower, balloon coming in, really annoying, but luckily I had something that could could get rid of it right away, because if it gets 2 shots at the tower, it drops a bomb when it dies as well, then you're pretty much toast. 30 seconds left. Really stressful time. This is where, I mean, 60 seconds left is where the game gets funny, if you ask me, because you get mana x2, everything goes like twice as fast, and often that is where I manage to win the game. I'm not sure if it's because I am better at planning fast, or because I have low cost things, or just faster to react, but generally I win the game if I win the game, and I was very close this time around, but I didn't do it, and that's of course what counts. The end game where things go fast, that's where I really think the game is fun, and it is also where there's so much more going on really, but I guess it's pretty much like in Bloons TD5, you kind of build up the foundation, and the Goblin Hut here is ideal for that, because unlike the Tombstone, each goblin gets at least 1 shot at the tower, meaning that you're just going to be pinging your opponent's tower down slowly throughout the game until you reach the end game. The Expo here in its updated version, meaning that it's weaker, it's a freaking awesome card. It's not one that I feel like I'm missing in my card collection as such, even though I don't have it, because I'm not much of a tower defense kind of player in Clash Royale. I have tried to use different defensive structures to move forward with. I just don't think it's really that fun. There's no question about it, the Expo is like really annoying to play against. It's so strong, it pings you down like crazy, it's super fast, but it's very weak. You don't need to get that much towards it before it just goes bye-bye, and it kind of focuses on your units first, making it pretty easy to counter in terms of keeping your structures safe. Another thing that I learned recently is that you can place structures. Tombstones are probably the best for that, but also the Goblin Huts here, you can place them as bait, so that they get targeted before the crown towers if you place them closer to units, and that can really, of course it's gonna make your structures less useful, because when they lose hit points they also spawn less minions, but it's gonna keep your crown towers safe, meaning they don't get damaged, you don't lose the game. The reason why the tombstone is like the best for that is because it costs only 2 mana, meaning that you don't need to have a huge backup mana in order to do it. And when the tombstone dies, it actually spawns additional skeletons, so it's like, oh, you wanted to ruin it? Well, payback time. So here we have another like really classic combo that very rarely works. It's Giant coming in and the Expo like demolishing the units, trying to take down the Giant, but the Knight has a decent amount of hit points, so getting rid of the Expo is not really a problem. Classic thing with the Giant up in the right corner, have a Giant going towards the tower, Dragon comes in to shoot it, and then you can ping it with Goblins in the back, meaning that it's not going to use its area attack on your Goblins, so you're pretty free to slaughter it, and even if your Giant dies, your Goblins are going to be able to take out the Crown Tower pretty efficiently afterwards because you're going to be having an army. So, like small bits and bytes I've been learning. Another really cool thing I have experienced quite a bit in the game, and I have been just saying thank you here for a card request. You can request a card every like 8 hours, 1 rare or common I think it is, and you can give a maximum of 2 cards to each card request, and it gives you some experience and some money. So it's like small bits, but the help you're getting by being able to upgrade something is massively important. But the thing I was about to touch is using your Giants as a defensive option, and I'm not sure it's something I have included in this like video of my most recent gaming, but if you have a massive flood of units coming towards you, flooding your base, you can pop down a Giant at your tower and going to charge very slowly towards your opponent's towers, and all the minions are going to be following it because they want to take out the Giant before the tower, so you can drag an entire army that is all the way down to your towers, your towers have been shooting it, so it's like getting weak. Then you pop down a Giant and it drags them back again while your towers are shooting it, then you can put down something with ranged damage and shoot them from the back. It's something that I've also been fooling around with quite a bit to try to turn complicated battles into my favor, but I'm no expert. I'm I'm going Arena 4 still, and like I said, I've been moving between Arena 3 and Arena 4 for quite a few days really. Another really crazy thing, the lightning, I don't have that either. It's pretty insane. It seems really random, but when it works, it just works, and it's just game over time. The small skeleton army is a counter for a lot of the individual strong cards because the time it takes them to hit 1 and 1 and 1 means that the rest of them are gonna be just ganking up on it and taking it out. I use it quite a bit myself against especially the witch because she's super annoying and she has like an army of skeletons keeping her safe, but if you can pop an army on top of her, it's like you split the skeletons away from her and you can slaughter her and leave the weak skeletons alone, at least to some degree. The minions versus the dragon often a pretty bad deal because minions are together and the dragon deal area damage. The prince, one of the few cards I also really wish I had. It's an epic. It charges in and does like crazy damage if it's it deals double damage when it charges, and besides that it's pretty much the same as the common knight that I have and use in this battle, but the fact that it goes in and just deals double damage makes it pretty crazy in terms of getting a tower out very early in the game. We have a skeleton army trying to gank up on my Giant, and it works out nicely. Arrow rain was one of my favorite things when I started playing. Now I realize it's just too weak. It kills the goblins, definitely, but what I often do is I try to have a mixture of goblins and something like the Misket and the Knight, and it really means that the opponent spends these 5 mana points on clearing out your weakest units, so they are unable to react because they just spend all their mana, and then you have the strong ones, the ones that really deal a lot of damage, still on the board, and that is often something that really turned the battle compared to if the opponent had popped down, say, a Giant and turned all your units away from your towers for a short amount of time. But yeah, like I've said a few times, still pretty new to the game. So many things I'm learning every day that I'm playing, and this is this is the game that I'm playing the most right now. I'm really hyped about it. I think it's super exciting. It pisses me off. It really pisses me off. Some of the battles are like really amazing, and the entire you need to wait forever to open a chest kind of thing, spend all your gems. Also really annoying, and the fact that I almost always, like I'm level 5 here against a level 6 opponent, I always, not always, but like 80% of the time I'm battling people that are 1-2 levels higher than me, meaning they deal more damage from their towers, they have more health, so it's pretty much uphill. But I think that is mainly because I joined a clan too late, because being in a clan allows you to upgrade cards more efficiently and you get the bonus experience for trading with other players. So yeah, I'm behind account level wise, and I am still that. I am level 6 now actually, but I'm still behind. I still face level 7s, and I can see they have been playing in high arenas because they use cards that haven't been unlocked to me yet. Like I see wizards coming against me and stuff like that, but not meant as a complaint at all, because these guys D-ranked, so obviously bad deal for them. There is nothing to win in this game by D-ranking. You do not want to open lower tier chests. It's a really bad deal. You want to keep progressing towards the high end, because the high end chests also give you the low tier. Once again, skeleton bomber out there manages to clear most of the stuff away. The witch is only damaged, but we have the musket in the background just pinging her, and away she goes. So we managed to pretty much get all of the stuff away without taking any damage. Both the opponent and I spent all our mana, but I still have the goblin shack down, slowly pinging down the opponent's tower, actually by 100 hit points now. It seems like very little, but it's quite a bit. There are a lot of offensive abilities that can target an area, like the fireball, meaning that it can be a pretty bad deal to keep things really close together. My opponent going in with the witch on the left side while I'm attacking on the right, but I feel pretty comfy about it because I have a lot of cheap goblins I can put right next to the witch, and they're gonna target her first, so I go almost unharmed from it. Have been pinging passively almost the right tower, completely down, 500 hit points on it. And I have my next tower as the goblin hut again, the spear hut. So what I'm deciding now is, where do I want to put my musket? How do I want to lane this? Definitely know that I want to have my hut down, because it's gonna defeat that tower on its own. My opponent is going to focus on the left side, so I'm just going casually on the right side, trying to keep my opponent at bay there, and then I know my musket behind a knight with the goblins that are coming. They can actually deal with the central crown tower, but I have a bit of a problem there with the expo. So as a diversion, I actually send a knight on the left side. My musket and the goblins, they're just flooding the center tower. So my opponent is like, where to focus the attention. No crowns earned yet. Both towers about to die, and that's how I managed to turn that around. And like the key ingredient in this here is actually the goblin hut that pings slowly down, just nudging your opponent down all the time throughout the battle. It's super annoying. Often having two is not much more efficient than having one, because you're just that much more vulnerable to an area attack, and they don't deal like triple damage because they come like not in pairs. They're always somehow shifted apart, so you don't really get that 4 times damage thing that you could if you were able to really precisely time these things. The best thing is when the opponent sends something at you, because what's gonna happen is that your goblins are gonna stand back away from the tower, and they're gonna group up, so you're gonna get more and more and more because they're staying away from the tower. So once we're done cleaning up our opponent's mess that they're sending our way, we're gonna have a massive army left over that's gonna be charging the tower. So if they hadn't sent something in this lane, they would just have gotten that one at a time, but now we're seeing 5 goblins and a bomber. Of course, they were pretty smart now, drawing the damage away with a giant. That's like super played. giant coming in after to do the cleanup on our side, so like really cool played. But I do have the musket down there, and that is like, I have the goblins as a meat shield, and the musket is going to be taking out like 30% of the tower on her own. She's pretty crazy when it comes to that. The archers not really helping, but so that's another like really cool counter to that. It's playing down the two archers. They seem pretty weak, but for taking out one musket, they're like really cool. So like so many ways you can combine your cards and options in this game. These guys here are pretty annoying, but I have my bomber ready. So I'm just putting up the meat shield and preparing to bomb them away. So they're not gonna be able to injure my tower. They're going for the knight. Bombs taking them. Hog Rider incoming, which is a bit annoying. The musket behind being the main threat here, but I mean 4 goblins, a musket, and a goblin a skeleton bomb is pretty much game over. So it's a pretty cool battle, this one, where we're constantly countering the attacks of the other all the time. I put down a musket with 4 of those right around her. Like, what do you want? You're not gonna shoot here. Luckily she gets the fire and tower goes down. Once again my opponent puts down a chunk of like mini hordes and pop down a skeleton bomber and they go away. So they counter all the time. I think that stuff is like super exciting. Once again here, see the giant down as a defensive thing instead of an offensive, really drawing the damage from the bombs and the knight, trying to put down some spear dudes to slaughter all my things as they're focusing on the giant. Luckily my knight just goes boom for the skeleton bomber, because that would really have been enough to counter my entire attack. Like so close to getting the crown tower here, but my opponent is really fighting for it, and I'm actually not sure why, because it doesn't seem as if you lose more when you lose all 3 crowns to the opponent than just 1, but there is so much to gain in terms of your crown chest by getting 3. So guys, the last thing in this video here is my crown chest on Arena 4, just for info what kind of cards you can be getting here. So low tier stuff, Goblin Hub my favorite. And yeah, that was pretty much what I had to share with you this time around. 1200 trophies. I think my max at the time of this post commentary is about 1250. And I need to do like 1700, yeah. So a lot of card farming, a lot of experience grinding need to be done before I can reach the next arena. So but seriously, I'm so hyped about this game, and of course I want to be showing you some like live game commentaries on it. I've just been like really so much stuff going on right now. I just recorded some games and I wanted to give you guys a status update, so that is pretty much what has been going on here for those of you that are interested. As always guys, thank you very much for watching.